Hey, what is up everybody, Blaze for here, and today for you guys another video for Persona 5X. Inside today's video, guys, I'm gonna be telling you guys the best thing to be farming currently in P5X, seeing that a lot of you guys really do want to, of course, get further in the game and make sure a lot of your materials are all in order. This is the best time to really try and do something like this, mainly because, of course, a lot of us are starting to run out of materials, are either starting to hit at least that level 70 cap here, being all our characters are being level 70. So this is very important for a lot of you guys as well. So if you guys are interested in this, be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And as always, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really does help me out quite a lot. We're about at least 20 subs away from our 14k goal post here. I think our next huge goal is 15k to 20k here, and y'all have been going ballistic. Thank you guys for all the support so far. Whether it's been TW, KRCN, or global, every last bit of support has been amazing. So I do have a few videos or a few things I need to announce before we get straight into the video. We're going to be having another TW video out very soon here. Since it is almost the end of the month here, we're also going to be doing a tier list for TW and global very soon. TW's one is going to start immediately. I want to say at least this Wednesday, because I think that's when S Marion does drop. So I will have at least 3 whole characters to cover. And then for global sake, we're going to actually do that one at the same time frame that we did the last one. So be sure to at least be ready for 2 tier list videos coming up very soon. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about it. So the most important thing that you guys want to be farming right now is actually going to be in the event section here for a lot of you guys. And that's mainly going to pertain to the Yusuke event. Now, this event has been one that a lot of y'all really want to go ahead and complete. If you haven't done any of the museum stuff, be sure to do so, because you can get some nice things out of there. And you have these 2 side parts right here. On the top one is going to be the painting one, which is always nice to do. You're going to get you some decent things out of this, but this is not what we really want to focus on. The thing that we really want to focus on the most is going to be this function right here. You guys go ahead and click it. Immediately it goes to this little area, and this allows you to immediately check out this boss and this boss. Now currently in 7 days we will have the Makoto one that will actually have the piggy bank little boss that you guys will be fighting here. But the one we want to pay attention to is the Center of Vanity. Now the Center of Vanity one is pretty easily to of course see here, and this one is going to be more or less like trials. If you guys have seen the trials that I've done in the past here, you'll know exactly what this is. Well, by completing these, in which you can do them by, I think it's like sections of 5. I think the first one you can go all the way to 10, but like afterwards it goes up in 5 increments here. And once you get to the very end, which is going to be 25, where they actually start giving you the ones for the stamina mode here, you want to go ahead and do this. The reason for it is because it not only gives you a decent bit of EXP, but it gives you 500 of these coins. Now you do get a little bit of soul stones out of this, but this is the important part. The main important part is going to be the coins. And I think every time that you want to do this little stamina mode, if I'm correct, it takes about like 30 stamina from you, or maybe 40 stamina away from you here, and it gives you a decent bit of these. Heck, it might even take 500, but 50 stamina if I'm right, but I'm gonna say 30 to 40. Either way, this is what you really want to look for, being the Destiny badge. Destiny badge, for a lot of people here, you'll be like, what should I really use this for? How important really is it? Well, if you guys can see these little counters up here, the Destiny badge are either consumed or obtained via just the cross fate itself, or either doing the arcs of the actual bosses. Well, seeing that we just farmed that little boss here, you want to go ahead and take a look into the gallery section. This whole area is something that you guys really want to pay attention to, because you get yourself some decent pulls out of here, being 3 weapon pulls and 2 standard pulls, but the rest of this stuff is going to be very much so needed. For example, we have the roses, which are going to help you, of course, upgrade your skills even higher than level 8. And then we have the blank fates, or retrograde cards, which is weird that they call them that. I'm used to calling them blank fates, so that's how I'm going to acknowledge them. But we have the blank fates here, which pretty much reset an artifact card as well. Alongside of this, of course, you have a ton of artifacts, or at least a ton of materials that normally you would have to use stamina to get all the way. Well, if we go ahead and do it the way that we do, let's say it's about 30 stamina or 40 stamina here, you're then able to get 500 per 30 or 500 per 40 stamina. With this in mind here, for something like these books, that's immediately 50 whole books that you can get yourself out of here, which is way more worth it. Because if we could go ahead and go check, let's say 50 books and that was 500 coins, correct? Well, if we had to give up around 50 stamina for that, or even just 30 to 40 stamina, let's go ahead and do the actual amount here. For at least 5 whole runs of this, that's immediately going to be 100 stamina that you're giving up. And for those 5 runs, that's about at least 20 of these gold books. So automatically, this is going to be what you really want to go ahead and give up, because for half the price, you can get pretty much double the amount of materials. With that in mind, a lot of you guys really want to go ahead and do this here, seeing it really is going to be very successful and very helpful for your progress in this game. Now, once again, you're going to get a lot of things out of here, whether it's either these awakening ones, the actual roses, the whole what's it called, shebang for the weapons, talent materials, and even EXP in gold. Pretty much at the very end, what I advise a lot of you guys to focus on first is, of course, get your pulls out the way, get the flower and the blink fate out the way. Once these are gone, the rest are going to come down to what you really need the most. For me specifically, especially if I'm trying to get my whole box to 70 at this point, it's going to come down to these mats here, and then of course the actual XP mats. Afterwards, you then want to go for your weapon mats because they're going to be very, very helpful. Talent materials can pretty much come last. If you aren't like spamming the mess out of them, you should still have a decent bit of them, but talent materials come next afterwards. After that, of course, you can decide if you do want these bottom 2 here. This one is maybe interesting to get because it is for your revelation card, so it is kind of worth it. This one is technically worth it if you are getting a lot of personas upgraded. So what I would advise a lot of you guys to do, and I know some of you guys may not agree with this, of course, it's perfectly fine to not agree with it as well. As long as you're not utilizing all your EXP on random personas and you know exactly what personas you need to be getting up here, you technically do not need these. So what I would advise you guys to do is invest as many of these as possible into getting these right here, because when getting all of these here, it's going to be very, very helpful, and you truly want to complete all of those Ganbaku gems as fast as possible. If you're anything like me and have used a lot of your resources, these are going to be very much so expensive. So you're going to need about 5,000 coins themselves in order to fully get this completed. So surely do keep that in mind. It's going to take you a bit. If we are at least spamming this about, like, let's say it's 40 or 50 per like 500 coins here, 50 stamina per 500 coins, this could very well take you guys a little bit of a while throughout the days. Now, on the off chance that you end up completing this, which you most likely will complete this fairly quickly because it has 24 days left, you are very well welcome to go for these, but I would advise a lot of you guys to get the Ganbaku gems first. They're going to come in handy a lot more than normal. But with the yapping pretty much all out of the way here, technically you guys can go ahead and click off right now here, but I do have some extra things to talk about. Now, we did end up getting Yusuke himself, so you guys let me know what type of content that you guys want to see here. I'm currently completing a lot of the missions right now off camera here. We are going to